ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I'm one of your hosts on this great show. Fantastic show, some people might say. They've said it in the comments, so thank you guys out there. I'm MattyBets, joined by BigAL Bettor. BigAL, how are we doing today?
Doing phenomenal, Matt. Doing phenomenal. We got the second Monday night game on this slate. If you guys watched our other video, we broke that one down for you, and now you're back to this one. Love it. Matt, what's on deck? You want to let the people set the table for the fine people?
Set the table. I was thinking about setting it doing all this stuff leading up to it. I'm not going to. We got Falcons at Raiders. It's not a super exciting game. I mean, the Falcons maybe have playoff implications in this game. Raiders definitely don't. Raiders, I don't even know who their quarterback is. So, I mean, we'll just see how this game goes. Falcons, they're minus 4.5 on the road, and then we got the over/under set of 44.5. So, I'll start off with my leans and my picks and stuff. We're going Falcons minus 4.5. The Raiders are not a good football team. I don't see their offense picking up. It depends on who their quarterback is, honestly. Like, their running back, I'm pretty sure, is hurt too. So the Raiders are just a mess. I like the Falcons here, minus 4.5. Falcons still have all the pieces there. Kirk Cousins has been kind of on a slump recently, just throwing a bunch of picks. So we'll see. I think this is a good get-right game for him. They should just pounce on the Raiders and just have a field day with them. So I like the over here in this game too. I thought about the under a lot, but I mean, you always have when a new quarterback steps in, it's either an exciting game or it's a really big letdown. So hoping for an exciting game from the Raiders. Falcons just have way more weapons, way more experience. I like the Falcons here to win the game, but still keep it a high-scoring game with the over set there at 44.5.
Okay. You have a way better line over there on FanDuel. On DraftKings, this is still 5.5, so you have a whole better point. Which is a lot of value. So if you guys are on the Falcons in this game, I would go over to FanDuel and print that ticket. But I am also on the Falcons at the minus. Like I said, I would take 4.5. I can only play 5.5, but I like the Falcons at minus 5.5. I also like the over 44.5. The Falcons are, if they lose this game, the division's basically the Bucks, especially if the Bucks win this week. So they need this game. They're in a bad spot. They've lost a bunch in a row. The Raiders have lost a bunch in a row. The Raiders are starting Desmond Ridder.
Oh, awesome.
At quarterback.
A revenge game?
Who used to be a Falcon. Yes, so it could be a revenge game, which leads into the higher scoring game, but you got Kirk Cousins in a way better team. And then Max Crosby is not playing in this game, and they're saying he may be done for the year because he might need to go get surgery. So that's a huge plus because obviously we know what Max Crosby presents. So, yeah, I like the over. I like the Falcons, and there's not really much more to say about it except for the fact that the Falcons are on a slide. They need this just to keep their playoff hopes alive. The Raiders have been done. So I don't see a world where – I mean, it's 5.5, 4.5, depending on the book. I think the Falcons are going to win by a touchdown. So that's what I like here.
Yep, lockstep on that one. It's pretty self-explanatory. Raiders are a bad team. Falcons are a decent team. So there you go. And we do like the higher scoring in this matchup just because, you got Kirk Cousins, Desmond Ridder, revenge game. Love the narrative here. Let's keep it up to a high-scoring game. All right, next we got
the Falcons defense isn't great. Like, it's not a good defense. They're middle of the road in everything. They don't stop the run well. They don't get lots of sacks. Like, they don't cover well. So if you have a decent quarterback, especially with like Ridder in this spot with weapons, like Jacoby Myers is a good guy. Brock Bowers is obviously he's setting a record, right, for tight ends.
He's on pace too. Yeah.
He's on pace too. So like they have weapons where they can exploit the Falcons defense because it's not good. So the Raiders should be able to score. They scored 15 on the Chiefs or 18, whatever it was, and then they lost at the very, very end. So the Chiefs defense is better than this Falcons one. So we should see some points from the Raiders. This could be a much more fun game than we're thinking it's going to be on paper.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd much rather watch Bears-Vikings because they're going to be pretty much on at the same time.
Agreed. By far.
Mm-hmm. But I'll have them both on and watch them both. It is what it is. Next, we're going to 4-pick parlays. You guys know the game. You know how we do it. We take 4 props that we like from the games, throw them together in a 4-pick parlay, juice up the payout a little bit. Love it. I mean, we've hit – I don't even know what our percentage is. It's not great, but the payout for being I'm pretty sure we're still even for money. We'll see. We'll see at the end of the year when we do our big recap video. But as of right now, we're going straightforward. Kirk Cousins, 2+ passing touchdowns. It's easy. It's Kirko chains. Get him out there against a really bad Raiders team. Then we got Darnell Mooney, 50+ receiving yards. I like Darnell Mooney a lot. He's kind of like he shouldn't be the number one over there, and he's technically not, but he's the solid number two over there because Kyle Pitts doesn't really do much. So I like Darnell Mooney there at 50 plus. Then we got Bijan Robinson, 25 reception yards. That seems pretty easy for me. Bijan is the running back that does both. He's kind of like the McCaffrey, like he catches the ball a lot, runs the ball really well. So I like that. Get him out there, open his space. That's one good reception for him. And then like the guy I talked about earlier, we're kind of taking a shot in the dark on this one. We're going Kyle Pitts, 40 plus receiving yards. Like we said, it's a bad Raiders team. I think everybody on this offense will eat. That's why I only have Falcons in this. It's not anything to do with the Raiders, just the fact that they're not a good team. I think the Falcons should be able to pour it on them. Give me a lot of yards here. Pays out plus 1100. I didn't say that earlier, but pays out plus 1100. It's Kirk Cousins 2 plus passing touchdowns, Darnell Mooney 50 plus receiving, Bijan Robinson 25 plus receiving yards, and then Kyle Pitts 40 plus receiving yards. Pays out plus 1100.
Okay.
I like it.
I have one of those picks on mine. I have Darnell Mooney also for 50 plus receiving yards. He's a Gruden grinder, by the way. Gruden was talking about him week 3. He's like, Darnell Mooney, he's a Gruden grinder. He loves him. So I like Darnell Mooney for 50 plus receiving yards. I have Bijan Robinson under 114.5 rushing plus receiving. His line is that big. I like the under here. It feels like a lot. The Raiders are still going to play tough up front, I think. It's going to be more of a Kirk throwing it. I don't think he throws a ton to Bijan. He'll get some receiving yards, but I don't think he's going to have that big of a game. I got Cousins to throw for 3 touchdowns because I think it's a big bounce back spot for him. And I have Cousins to throw for 250 plus. This thing pays out plus 1,600 over on DraftKings.
Dang, that's a big one. That's a juicy one for 3 touchdowns, isn't it?
Yeah, it pays out pretty good. I think it's plus 210.
Yeah, exactly. I like that there. Like, we both agree on the Mooney pick at 50 plus. I don't know if I love the under for Bijan, just because if they get up to a big lead, they're probably just going to run the ball a lot. That's going to be Bijan. So I don't know if I love that pick. That one scares me quite a bit. But we'll see. I mean, like we said, Falcons defense is kind of middle, so they're kind of mid. So the Raiders should be able to score points, hopefully keep it kind of close until the end of the game when all the new excitement is gone, and it's just like, okay, cool, now it's the time for the Falcons to score unanswered.
Agreed.
Right.
Agreed.
Touchdown scores. You want to go first on this one?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I'll run it up first. So obviously we got our boy Darnell Mooney. He's been a top of the conversation. So I got him. He's plus 175 to score a touchdown over on DraftKings. It's been a couple weeks since he's really gotten in the end zone because Kirk hasn't thrown a touchdown in the last 3 weeks, or is it 4? He's 0 touchdowns, 8 interceptions the last 4 weeks. It's the last 3 or 4. I think it's 4 though. Then we got Tyler Algier at plus 190. Not because I think he's better than Bijan. I just think he'll leech one. And then my final pick is Bijan Robinson, the favorite in the game at minus 180. I don't think we need to talk anymore about how good Bijan is.
No, we don't. That's enough said. Bijan should be able to get in the end zone pretty easily. Hopefully he stays under, that 125 or 150 for you. We'll see. I think that they think a lot like I do, the book does, where Bijan's going to have a big game in this one. So I love Bijan for a touchdown. Right. Yeah, it's minus 180, but for good reason. So maybe look around and see, maybe you want to take him for 2 touchdowns, maybe something like that. Unless, like you're right, Al, on this, Algier leeches one, then Bijan could only just have 1. But we'll see. Look around like this. We're telling you guys what we're betting, not exactly what to bet and only to bet our stuff. So maybe go take a peek at 2 touchdowns for Bijan. I also have Bijan Robinson in mine, minus 180. We don't even have to talk about him anymore, but I agree with you on that one. Then we got Drake London at plus 120. I like Drake London here to be able to get in the end zone. He's great receiver. He's the number 1 over there. Enough said. Raiders are not a good team. Kirk Cousins, you think he's throwing 3 touchdowns. They should score a lot of points. I like Drake London in this spot to just score. And then last, we got Brock Bowers. Like we said, he's on pace to break records. He's been a dog. He's been really good this year. I think if the Raiders do score a touchdown, they might not. Of course, no. We saw it on Thursday. We saw no touchdown scored in that game. I think that the Raiders will still be able to do something against this defense. So give me Brock Bowers there. He's at plus 170. So I like that a lot. He's the number 1 over there in my opinion. He should be the number 1 receiver over there. He's just a tight end. So.
Right. Really I was close to taking him in mine. I was really close to taking him in mine, but then Ritter at quarterback, I don't know how much I trust him to throw the ball down the field. That was the problem with the Falcons last year. They didn't throw the ball deep at all. Ritter wasn't accurate down the field. And so I couldn't take Bowers for that. I want to take some. I don't like having it all from one team, but I was like, I have to in this situation because I don't trust the offense of the Raiders at all.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't have a reach pick for you guys in this one. I didn't see any lines that enticed me. Like, yeah, if Desmond Ritter's playing well, you could go for a reach pick with a Raiders guy. But I was like, if anybody scores on the Raiders, it probably will be a nobody, and it'll be somebody that you
Mhm.
either can't bet on, or it'll be on some guy that's like plus 1,000 to score, and it's like nobody's actually going to make that bet. So if you guys do like that, and you guys are like, hey, I'm going to take a reach on somebody, look down lower on the list. But yeah, for me, I'm just going to stay away from it. It's too little too risky for me. My reach players, I like them to be somebody who's actually shown that they can score a touchdown with the quarterback that they have. And I didn't like that for this game. I think it'll be the Stars on the Falcons, and the Stars you're not getting plus 400 on. So,
Right. Absolutely.
hmm
Absolutely.
but other than that, that's all we got. Anything else you want to add out before I close this thing out?
Nah, guys, just enjoy Monday Night Football. Another close to the week. We got 3 left after this before the playoffs start. So, guys, really just soak it up and enjoy it because once football's gone, you know how it is. It's going to be NBA if you're into that, and nothing else until September. So, like, let's really dig in here and just enjoy all these games and try to have a fun time with them because there's nothing quite like the NFL.
Yeah, exactly. I like that a lot. Yeah, we only got 3 more weeks of this, so enjoy it while it lasts. And we got playoffs. Playoffs should be a blast. We've had a blast this year so far. It's our first year doing
Yeah, we
this,
have.
so thanks for all the support and the love. We got a bunch of views on our Thursday night video, which we haven't gotten before. So hopefully that kind of just carries over. Let's keep this thing rolling. If you got friends that bet, let them know about the channel. If you guys enjoy the content, word of mouth spreads like wildfire. So. But we do appreciate all you guys for tuning in and watching. And remember, protect the bag, beat the book, and catch us in the next video. Peace.